We often think of cities like Dubai or New York as the most expensive places in the world, but there's one place in Europe that quietly outprices them all. A city that holds the record for the priciest public transport, some of the most expensive restaurants on the planet, and a cost of living that makes even London look like a bargain. The city that claims this title is of course Zurich, Switzerland, and after finding £40 flights, there was no excuse but to find out for ourselves if we could survive as tourists in Europe's most expensive city, without going home broke.
We have just landed at Zurich airport. We need to figure out how to get into the middle of the city. Now, we don't want to take a taxi.
It's going to be way too expensive.
Way too expensive, so we're going to try and take some public transport. We've just got to figure out where to go. Okay, so we have found the train, or the barn.
The barn.
We're definitely going to need it in English, not German.
Ah, that would help.
Zurich HB, I think that means Central Station.
Oh, this is our tickets.
Okay, so it was definitely more expensive. I thought it was half the price, but it was, what, €8.50 each?
Still for an airport train, I don't think that's that bad, right?
It's a 12-minute journey.
Oh.
We've just gone down a random platform, Emilia. Onto this train. Oh, yes.
Oh, I really love double-decker trains.
Yeah, we just don't have them in the UK, do we?
No, our trains are a bit older.
We are in the main station, but we don't know how to get out.
Our hotel is somewhere in the centre.
But we need to get some food first, and obviously that's going to cost quite a bit of money. So let's try and find something.
Swiss chocolate.
There's the first thing you see is the Swiss chocolate, of course. That just looks expensive.
Although, in my opinion, sometimes the most expensive chocolate isn't necessarily like the best.
If you want to travel cheap, you could use this as a shower. It's in the central station if you want to know where the location is.
I mean, I reckon it could be quite chilly. I feel like I shouldn't... Oh, it's cold.
Oh, you're pretty cold. Little hack for you there in Zurich. Right, let's go out. The weather's actually quite nice today. I feel like we're quite lucky.
Oh, sun. I need it to wake me up because I'm still tired from the plane.
So here in Zurich and in Switzerland, they actually have the most expensive McDonald's. So we're going to go in and actually check it out, how much it actually is. I don't think we're actually going to eat though, are we?
No.
Let's put the language in English. I've heard that the Big Mac index is an easy way to see. I'll convert these to USD and also show you how much it would be in the US, which is like a standard place.
Here it is £7.30. Let's have a look at like the chips inside and stuff. So French fries are $5.50. 20 nuggets is £17.90.
That is a lot. In the UK, they're maybe like £7.
But they do actually have a gluten-free section. I feel like that's not normal.
No, that's quite interesting, isn't it?
So if you're gluten-free and you want to try McDonald's, come to Switzerland. And of course, right next door to McDonald's is a Starbucks. I've heard that the tall latte here is $7.50.
And apparently it is the most expensive Starbucks in the world, once again. Skip the chains if you're here in Switzerland, because it's probably not going to save you much money.
And also there's just so much better places here. I just saw a poke restaurant for lunch and I was like, oh, we could get poke bowls, but it's 30 Swiss franc.
30, the cheapest is 25. That's quite a lot. I don't think we're going to be able to be picky here though, because I think everything's going to be expensive. It's not like we're going to find a cheap £10 meal somewhere.
We've been so starving after our flight that we just needed to find food, and everything is so expensive. So we came into this place and it is equally expensive. I think we paid
£47 for two, but look at that curry. That looks so good, right?
So good, yeah. It's got like pomegranate and mango and everything. Mind you, that price is for vegetarian food because I've got the dal and Joel's got a tofu curry.
So does that mean the chicken's more expensive?
There's no chicken here, I don't think.
No, but like in other restaurants, is it more expensive because it's got meat?
Maybe.
Have to be honest though, at least the food's really good. Like this curry. Oh, I'm so hungry from that flight. We're about to head out to do the activity which pulled us here to Zurich. But before we do, we pop back to our hotel to freshen up because I don't know about you, but after a flight, I tend to stink. And Emilia here never fails to point it out.
You stink. This is a reminder to future Joel to please wear deodorant for your girlfriend's sake.
Now, personally, I've actually been using Wild deodorant for the past 3 years on my travels, and I am a huge fan, especially of the coconut and vanilla scent. But Wild has recently released their antiperspirant roll-on, which is a game changer for people like us who regularly exercise and travel to hot, humid climates.
Now, a lot of people aren't aware, but not all deodorant is made the same. Unlike regular deodorant, the Wild antiperspirant actively controls your sweat whilst preventing you from smelling.
And most importantly, it actually works. It's fast drying, doesn't leave white marks, and gives you up to 72 hours of sweat control, whilst containing no harsh chemicals or parabens, so it's gentle on your skin. But the thing that makes Wild antiperspirant unique is its sustainable packaging, with a reusable aluminium case and compostable refills that can be delivered straight to your door. To refill your antiperspirant, just pull the top off the case, unscrew the cap of the refill, screw the refill into the top of the case, then push it back into the case, and then you are ready to go. Mine is coconut and vanilla, and Joel has got the fresh cotton and sea salt.
If you're looking to make the sustainable switch, then use our discount code Emilia to save 20%. You can scan this QR code here, or click the link in the description to check out Wild. Time to take some more public transport. Welcome.
A single ticket is $7.20.
But we want to return, right?
Yeah, we want a return, second class, and 2 tickets, $28.80.
That's crazy.
And it's literally a 10-minute journey.
It's a 10-minute journey. Look at the price of that. We've just arrived about a 10-minute journey outside of Zurich, along the lake, and we're here for a very, very important reason.
This is the #1 reason you need to come to Zurich, because we are going to the Lindt chocolate factory, which, if you don't know, Lindt chocolate is literally the best chocolate in the world, apart from Toblerone.
That's also Swiss. Okay, so here's where all the millionaires live. Even though they look like small apartments, they're probably worth millions. Like they just are, aren't they? We're in Zurich, we're in Switzerland.
And the access to the chocolate from this location
you'd be here.
Puts up the value.
Oh, for sure.
Tenfold.
You'd be going to the factory every day. It'd be like a morning breakfast.
We paid 17 francs each for this experience, and we're going to see if that's good value or not, because I don't really know like what's included, how much chocolate, if we get to try chocolate, so we'll see.
She is very excited. She's waited her whole life for this.
Guys, it smells of chocolate.
Literally, we're not even, well, we're very close to the building, but you can literally smell Lindt in the air. It's actually amazing.
It's like freshly baked brownies in the oven. Do they like pop that out on purpose, or is that just a consequence of the factory?
Lindt, home of chocolate. Before we go in, we want to make this chocolate museum as good value as possible. So you know what that means.
Eating as much chocolate as they allow us.
All right, let's go inside. This is like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Oh, what?
No. Stop. That is a chocolate fountain.
That is a real chocolate fountain. How tall is it? It's like
no idea.
15-foot chocolate fountain.
I think before we get to the chocolate tasting, there's actually like a whole museum about the history of chocolate.
We made our way through the museum, learning about the heritage of Swiss chocolate, before arriving at what can only be described as the most dangerous room we've ever walked into. 3 chocolate cylinders with melted chocolate coming out of the tap.
Spoons ready. We're gonna start with the dark chocolate.
That is unbelievable.
It's so good.
That's the best thing I've ever put in my mouth.
It's so good.
We need to get a chocolate fountain if we ever get a house.
Oh, we do. We will.
We might not have a house, but we'll have a chocolate fountain.
Priorities. Get some milk chocolate.
So this is the milk chocolate.
It's like chocolate soup. Oh,
It's different,
so
right?
rich. It's much sweeter.
I think I prefer the dark chocolate.
I really like the dark. I reckon this could be quite sweet. It's still so good.
It's just unbelievable.
I actually don't know which is my favourite. I'm going to feel so sick later.
I know. We are definitely getting our money's worth here by having as much chocolate, which they give us for free, as possible. It's actually going to be a bargain being here. Put your hand under. You got a huge bit. Whoa, there we go. This is Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, it is. It literally dispenses chocolate.
Emilia's in a happy place. We can take one of these each.
Really?
Yeah. Double chocolate.
I've never seen so many flavors.
I know,
We've got,
right?
Salted caramel, cheesecake, strawberries and cream, double chocolate. Whoa.
It's now time we go in the Lindt shop. This is gonna probably be very expensive. There is chocolate everywhere.
Golden bunnies, 31 francs.
Okay, this might be the most expensive thing. This is 90 Swiss francs, but you do get a lot of chocolates in that.
I can tell even from the way you're holding it, you're struggling with the weight of that.
That is weighty. Honestly, my brain is racing from all that sugar.
So much in the bag.
Good morning, it is a beautiful day. It's supposed to warm up this afternoon. So we're gonna start off the day, obviously, getting some breakfast. Let's try and find a little bakery. Salty? I'll try a salty one.
It's actually quite chilly this morning and this plate is like super warm. It's really nice on my hands.
It was 3 Swiss francs, wasn't it?
No, this one was 4.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, because I got chocolate. Sorry.
I think I got 3 Swiss francs and it's salty croissant. I'm interested to try that. I've not had a salty croissant before. Okay, slightly salty, not that salty. Quite tasty. As you know, in the morning, we love our coffee. And Switzerland and here in Zurich is supposed to be some of the most expensive in the world. So let's try some coffee. Could I get a flat white, please?
Yeah, sure.
That'd be great.
2 of those, please.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Have a good day.
Not gonna lie, this is definitely the most expensive coffee we've ever had.
I don't know if I'm going to sneeze or not. Hay fever.
She's really struggling with hay fever at the moment. So this coffee each cost 7 Swiss francs, which is insane. It is a small flat white. It's not a big coffee. Bigger coffees would have been even more expensive.
That is the most expensive coffee I have ever had.
That's insane, right?
It's so smooth. It's
So
really good.
At least it's good, you know, at least you're paying for some good coffee. It was interesting what the guy in the coffee shop was saying. He said it really feels like such a small city because there's only about 450,000 people who live here. And he says you bump into the same people again and people seem quite friendly. It feels more like a small town than like a big city kind of place.
And this is definitely not the River Thames. I can actually see the bottom. It looks quite clear.
Yeah, it is quite clear. Look at that. We have just stumbled across this random market in this beautiful little square area.
Vegetables, rhubarb.
Wow. It feels like proper community is out here buying their fresh produce from the market. One bunch of these flowers is 15 Swiss francs.
Apparently the Swiss are among the top cheese consumers in the world and they consume about 23 kg of cheese per annum per person.
That is crazy.
Personally, I consume
0.
I hate cheese. Yeah.
She is a disgrace. We should get rid of her out of Zurich. I'm not a German expert, but do you reckon gluten-free means gluten-free?
I would say so.
Probably. You lucky girl.
Breakfast of kings and queens.
Second breakfast.
Wherever I travel, one of my favorite things to get is an acai bowl, but this costs 16 Swiss francs each, which is the most expensive acai bowl I have ever had. But it's actually a pretty good size. I feel like this is actually going to fill me up a bit.
Hits the spot.
That's the real deal.
We have made our way to one of the most expensive shopping streets in the world. And now please forgive me for this pronunciation. I'm not German and I can't speak any German. Bahnhofstrasse, I think, is the street name.
The thing is, I think Joel deserves a pat on the back for that because he was just sat there for like 5 minutes with Google Translate trying to learn how to pronounce that, so good job.
Thank you.
Bahnhofstrasse is Zurich's most famous street, with every third shop selling luxury Swiss watches. Because if there's one thing Switzerland takes seriously, it's telling the time.
This street looks so pretty. It looks very Swiss. This whole city is exactly what I thought. Pretty, chocolate, and watches.
Pretty much. I just love the cobblestone streets everywhere.
You know you're in Europe when people are on the beer at midday. Do you think I could drink this?
I'm pretty sure all the fountains in in Zurich are drinking. Give it a go.
Shall I? This feels weird. Oh, it's really fresh.
And
I mean,
cold.
it tastes good. It's cold. I got it all down myself.
One of the free things you can actually have here in Zurich.
Well, I'm going to make the most of the free water, if that's all.
Ooh. So we are staying in this hotel. Now it's a very centralized hotel. I definitely recommend staying here. I feel like it's kind of good value, even though it's still quite expensive.
I don't think the hallway's that impressive.
But I feel like the room's quite nice.
The room's nice too. This is the Hotel Limhof. Now, it is the cheapest hotel that we could find in the center of the old town, and it is a really good location. But honestly, we weren't sure how nice it was gonna be because it was on the cheaper end. But we have this beautiful balcony, and the bed is really soft and comfy, but it is kind of that weird, almost Scandinavian style bed situation where we have the separate duvets.
We've got quite a decent amount of space, and then we've got the toilet in here, and then we've also got the shower in here as well.
I think we lucked out a bit on our room because I don't think the other rooms are quite as nice as this one, but we have this beautiful balcony and it actually overlooks the Polybahn track, which we're going to go on later, but it's kind of like a little tramway.
The price of this hotel room is 200 USD a night, or about 150 pounds, which is quite expensive, but I think that it's quite good value for here in Zurich. If you do want to stay in this hotel, we've actually got a big page of a lot of hotels we've stayed in, and it's on our Expedia page. I'll leave it in the link in the description.
We wanted to go check out the supermarket. I think it's called Coop, because in the UK, that's often where you can get a cheaper meal. You can get like a meal deal or something. So we're going to see if they have an equivalent and if we can save some money there.
Okay, the ham is expensive. 10 euros for some ham.
It's not even in the fridge.
You can get some fresh
smashy platter, 11.60.
Look at these, they've got like fresh pizzas and stuff. €5.50. I feel like this is going to be the place we can get some cheaper stuff. Hot dogs. A little wiener. They've literally just got some like chicken nuggets you can get.
I can't believe we spent so much on croissants this morning when these are 60.
But that is so affordable. Like,
that's so good.
It's actually crazy. That's way cheaper than the UK.
They actually look good as well. This is a cute little spot.
So both of these only cost like €6.50, Swiss francs 50, which is pretty good to be fair, because we would have spent so much more money if we were in a restaurant or like other little takeaway kind of things. If you are looking to save money, I would highly recommend going into one of the supermarkets for lunch. They've got sandwiches, they've got hot chicken, they had hot chicken and chips. There was honestly so much. I definitely recommend it. It's going to save you a lot of money here in Zurich.
So as you saw earlier, right next to our hotel is the Polybahn, and that is basically an old tramway that runs up to a viewpoint over the city. So we're going to go check it out, and it honestly couldn't be closer to our hotel. When I say it is right next to it, it is literally next to it.
So that is our hotel, and then this is the Polybahn. It's only $2.40.
No, that's
Please
quite
pay
good.
the exact amount.
Oh.
It's actually the cheapest thing to do in flipping Zurich. Yeah, go on then. In you go.
Oh wow, it's like sectioned off. And there's our room. Or is it that one?
That one over there.
It's literally less than a minute. No wonder it's cheap.
That was by far the cheapest thing we've spent here in Zurich.
120. So
and
good.
And it does just whip you up the hill nice and quickly.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Look at the city. It's actually worth coming up here, isn't it?
This is a lovely view. I think we've got a nice light, although it's not quite nice in my eye right now.
Look at everyone drinking out. What a lovely spot. I guess that's the university students probably having a drink.
Yeah, so this is the university behind me, and this is actually where Albert Einstein studied, supposedly.
I've just seen this, and I honestly think this is a masterpiece. I'm pretty sure that says this, you can buy this bike for 150 if you ring this number. I don't speak German, someone could probably confirm that. But what some advertising that is. Not a bad price though in Switzerland, in Zurich, most expensive city, 150 francs. Gonna buy a bike?
I kind of want this bike, but
it's nice.
I don't think it's going to fit in my EasyJet carry-on, which is about this big.
All right, we'll have to leave it there for someone else.
It's interesting because the guy at the coffee shop earlier, the barista, was saying like how safe it is and how he can leave his bike. I guess that's how safe it is, that you can leave a bike to sell.
That's a pretty good price. Still more expensive. Haircuts for students, 25 francs.
That's not too bad, is it?
No, mine's about £20. Not
that's
too
still
much
quite
more.
a lot then if that's for students.
Yeah, that's true. The streets along the river have absolutely changed. Suddenly everyone is out, probably because the sun is out, and drinking, having beers, having Aperol Spritz. It feels
a lot of Aperol Spritz.
It feels lively out here. It's so
does.
cool. You've got everyone having drinks at this beautiful time of the day. We're sat down and we're going to have a drink, maybe just one drink. How are the prices looking?
A Negroni, 19
Swiss francs. Oh. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to expensive drinks.
This wasn't even on the menu, but I saw everyone here with an Aperol Spritz, so at the end the price will be revealed. I'm a little bit concerned, but it does taste very good.
So the total of our drinks was 23 Swiss francs, and I thought it could be a lot worse. Is that fear of not knowing how much they're going to be?
I know, it was unsettling me a bit. I think my Aperol was 14.
And my beer was obviously 9 Swiss francs, which is definitely more expensive than like the UK, and I see the UK as quite expensive for drinking. So yeah, it's expensive here.
And after 24 hours in the most expensive city in the world, the chocolate fountains, the 6-figure watches we couldn't afford, we added it all up and it came to £355. Now, for the world's most expensive city, we felt as though the damage wasn't too bad, but there are definitely some ways we chose to save money rather than spend.